Jordan-Hare sentenced to 1 year of jail for obstruction after teen pedestrian's death. Jordan-Hare, the 28-year-old Rapid City man who hit a 14-year-old girl with his truck, left the scene, and then painted his rims to avoid detection, was sentenced Monday to 1 year in county jail in order to pay a $2,000 fine for misdemeanor obstruction of a public officer. "I'd like to start out by apologizing to the family of Miss Braveheart for their loss," Hare said. "I was freaking out, I was scared, I didn't know what to do." Circuit Court Judge Matt Brown handed down the sentence, which was the maximum allowed under law. It bothers me for so many reasons, y'all. Like, first of all, just the fact that we're more concerned about obstruction of a police officer than we are about the fact that a teenage Indigenous girl died as a result of Hare's gross negligence, and then he tried to cover it up, which I understand is the obstruction. That still doesn't leave any justice for Nevaeh or her family. Also, Matt Brown. Also, don't even get me started on Matt Brown. Don't even get me started on him. That guy is a misogynist, foul piece of shit. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Jordan-Hare was an Indigenous person who hit a white kid, Matt Brown would have thrown the book at him. Do you know how many Indigenous women I met who were in jail on bogus trumped-up charges because of Matt fucking Brown? It makes me hurt for Nevaeh's family because they couldn't have gotten a worse judge on this case. Nevaeh Braveheart died in the intersection of East Van Buren and North La Crosse Streets in Rapid City on October 14, 2022, after Hare's truck struck her as she traveled north through the East Van Buren Street crosswalk. Law enforcement arrested Hare 4 days later based on video footage tracing his vehicle to a residence in South Rapid City. Hare was charged with hit and run resulting in death or injury, a Class 6 felony. The charge carries a maximum of 2 years in prison and up to a $4,000 fine. The state later added misdemeanor charges of failure to yield to a pedestrian and obstruction of a police officer. The state offered Hare a plea deal 3 days before his scheduled November 2023 trial. Per the plea deal, the state would dismiss the felony charge and the failure to yield charge in exchange for Hare pleading guilty to obstruction, a step officially completed Monday in the sentencing hearing. The offer and trial cancellation was met with frustration and anger from Braveheart's family. Her mother, Heather Battalion, attributed the decision to a lack of courage on the part of the state to hold Hare, who is white, accountable. About a week later, a group walked into the county administration building in Rapid City and demanded the resignation of Pennington County State's Attorney Laura Rotzel, claiming injustice towards Native Americans. Braveheart's case took center stage as proof of that alleged injustice and lack of advocacy for Native American victims. When the Pennington County State's Attorney's Office announced the plea agreement, they offered a brief explanation referencing a few of the evidence and data from Hare's cell phone. During the demonstration outside her office, Rotzel reiterated the decision was based off of evidence. On Monday, the state provided details behind the determination that it could not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Hare was guilty of the felony. Do we not have manslaughter laws in South Dakota? Is that what I'm understanding? Oh wait, we do? Just not for, Indigenous people who are hit and killed, right? Okay, got it, cool.